Hello guys, I hope you're fine and welcome to a new episode of Salesforce courses. First of all, let me see if you can hear me. Yes, you can. Great. Hope you're fine and let's begin. Last time we had about the Arbeitszeiten. Maybe I will go a little bit deeper and explain it a little bit more in detail. So it's I think it's gonna be a little bit better for you to be able to follow me. Yeah, that is why today I will just repeat something. Yeah, Salesforce courses, and so you can follow me better. I hope so that you can follow me better, and yeah, to go through the different kind of topics, and also I will give you some hints to trailheads, to documentation, to YouTube videos, something like this, how you can look for it. Basically, you must be able to think about the things and to get the right information. And for me, it's gonna be like giving you the right hints to be able to get the right information and how to think into the subject, into the topic. Okay, let's go. First of all, I will just go to the data we have created, and then we go into the system itself. So it takes a little bit of time, so I'm going into the system in between. It doesn't go into the system. That's not good. That's the man. No, that's not what I wanted to. That's not the no. I don't want the man. 118 for sure. I just wanted to have this one. Let me see. No, I have the right username. That's correct. Okay, go to the developer console. Let's go like Defyamu. To be honest, it's not putting the right username in here, so it's not putting any username in here. But what we make sure, we will just get the username from here, and this username will be translated for sure into another username. Let's go for URL decode. That's also a technique you just need, and I think I want to really decode. I have to put it in, decode the stuff, and then I get the right username. That is where we want to go in. So like this, Defyamu, it's login, so we're gonna be there. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Also, we're just opening the outbound change set. And so maybe I should go more into detail about outbound change sets. That's going to be the topic for today. What you can do with outbound change sets, and I think for itself it's going to be an own topic. And just to make sure you are able to do it like this. So we have some components. We created some components in the system. And some components are related to classes and some components not. And so those components need to be added into an outbound change set, just because a change set is for the deployment later on. You must reconsider that you are here, that this is going to be the production, and so later on the packages should come into the production, but that you are not producing any errors or something, and you can play around. There are going to be some sandboxes, and for every single developer there is a sandbox, and this is there because as a developer needs to get used to the stuff, and also has to try out something, some thoughts. And if they are trying it out, they can make mistakes for sure, but don't want to disturb the production or the, work, so that's why we are creating some sandboxes. In this sandbox, we have just here, we are developing within the sandbox, and so we are not disturbing the whole procedure. From the one side, I would propose or suggest to give the change set a good name. So let's say how I gonna do it is like to give it the date you have created it on. So like this. It was September, and I just put in the Sep because sometimes you don't know, was it the August or was it the September? You just want to be sure that's the September. That's why I inserted this one. And yeah, that is what the September is related to. And also the name of the user story. That is how I created it. Later on I will have some numbers, but for this time I will have some abbreviations. And so nevertheless, we are able to link the change set to the user story. And so we are able to understand what's going on and what's the matter and something like this. So let's go like the description. Some basic information about description. You just have to put in some information about this. So I put the link of the user story. So from here we can go to the user story back. Also, you need to make you need to understand that if you are downloading the stuff via the what is it called and migration tool, that's one stuff. You can use the console for it in Windows like CMD, or also in Apple or something, or in Linux. It doesn't matter. They are independent, and so you can download the stuff and insert the packages, and yeah, you will be able to use add migration tool, but better is SFDX. Yeah? With SFDX you can download some change sets, and also you will have the description right in there. Yeah? Maybe I will show you a little bit later, but for now let's keep on this. The status is like open is for sure. You didn't do anything with that, so it's gonna be open in this environment. And if it's gonna be closed, so that's an indicator for you loaded it to another environment. Some further information about this. In another environment, you have the opportunity or the chance to set up the developer and the deployment settings. So if you have one organization, you have several sandboxes, and that is what I'm gonna put you into the description as well. Sandboxes. It's safe. You have some sandboxes, and those sandboxes are basically linked to the production. And so also they are linked to each other in some kind of way. In every single sandbox, you have the opportunity or the chance to go to the deployment settings. And the deployment settings, it depends on in which environment you are. In this case, I'm just in the environment production, but also you have in another environment, you have the opportunity also in the linked environment, but only in the linked environments, not in different or other environments, just in your own organization. That is the stuff. Yeah, as you can see here, we have all the stuff or all the sandboxes right in here. Also, we have the sandboxes in here, and we are able to edit the sandbox. So we would make the sandbox able to send us some change sets. Yeah. Also here, we can do it the other way around, and the sandboxes would be able to send us some change sets. And if the change set has been sent to any sandbox, the status is going to be sorry, closed. So it's going to be like this. That's the basic stuff. So in here you will have some change, some stuff already in it. Yeah. If we create some new fields, some new metadata types, some records of metadata types, some custom settings, all in all, this stuff is gonna be metadata. And so this metadata you need to put in here, so you make sure that you will have it in your change set for sure. That's the change set, and this change set you need to load to another environment later on. And so you must make sure you put it in directly into the outbound change set, because it takes less time, because you have it already in your mind, and you don't need to have a look on it later on. So in my opinion, that's good to go like this. Anyway, there are some other onsets also. You can go through the Apex class and put in all the stuff you have put and already created there, but in my opinion it's a little bit exhausting, so need to reconsider it too much, so just have it in here. If you click on the add button, you will have some options, and the metadata is differentiated in some some categories, I would say, some groups. You have actions. Action is like the quick action. Yeah, you don't need to know something more like this, because quick actions are linked to several objects, or to just one object. But you can create quick actions for every S object. So with quick actions, you are able to put some stuff in the upper corner of a layout, and then there showed some fields to summarize, and you can also predefine some fields or the values of some fields, and then the user is going to be better able to fill in some data. Yeah, and, you can create records, you can update the corresponding record, like if you're putting it into a lead, then it's updating the lead, and so it can be that you have a big amount of data, a big amount of fields, and so to not have too many fields in one place, you just can put a quick action. So also the action link group template, actually I didn't use it yet, so allow you also redirect, but for sure the Apex class, if you have a developer console in here, then you can put in the class. Yeah. For example, we have the ABZ class. That's what we have put. We have called it like the ABZ. Yeah. And so we have it like in here. That's the ABZ. That's an Apex class. Apex sharing reason. If you go to the sharing settings, I think it's going to be this. And then you will have some sharing reason. I think it's going to be in there. No. Okay. Sharing reasons. Let's go sharing. You have here some sharing rules for sure, and if you just go in like put in a new rule, you can share some records for people, and also for all internal users. You can just share something. It's about the wide concept of Salesforce, right? The Apex trigger is some kind related to the Apex class. so it's not gonna be in here. You have triggers, classes, pages, page components, objects, static resource packages. And this is also gonna be in here. We have something like the Apex class. It's gonna be the classes related to the developer console. Related to developer console. Let's save. Also the Apex trigger, it's gonna be this one. You have to look for it here. That's the Apex trigger. You need to know. The pages it's gonna be a Visual Force page in here, so you have to look for it here. The page components, like Visual Force component for sure. Yeah. Then you have to go in here. And so the basic stuff. Let's say you're looking for the ABZ class. I think that it's not going to be in here because we already put it in, but you would go into the class. For A, you don't need to put it in because that's going to be the first values here, so it's not a big deal. So it's about ABZ, auto something. Yeah. I would copy it and look for it, and now you'll see it above there, but you're not seeing it in here. That this is because it's already in the change set. But let's say we have something another. Let's say we are just taking a random class. Let's say we're taking this one. Yeah. Let's double click, then you open this, and then we want to put it into the outbound change set. We just have to look for the first letter, and then we can look for it. So we have it in here. For this change set, I'm not gonna adding it, but if you want to add it, you must hit the checkbox, and then you have to add it to the change set. So that's gonna be for every single group. You go into the group, look for the name of the corresponding trigger or class or field or page layout or something, and then you will have the opportunity to add it to the change set. But that's just the example of a class or trigger, but the components can be exchanged. Approval process, you just also have some approval processes. If we go in here, you have approval processes. Approval processes are gonna be there to approve something. That's a bigger one, so you would have to get into it. But basically, you can wait for the answer of somebody if somebody wants to approve something and wants to confirm that a process is confirmed. So and somebody else can verify that the process has been confirmed by another person, and then you can go for it. Yeah, that's gonna be the approval process. An asset file, it's like let me see if it's in here. Yeah, that's gonna be the asset files. To be honest, I never worked with asset files. I'm not sure what they are for, but let's investigate it a little bit. So I guess you can also query it via an SQL query, and so you can get it out of the database. Yeah, you have some versions in here, so for every single asset you have some versions. And as you can see, that's a setup file, so it's going to be a file, and this file can be put in here, and you can just use it in the environment. So an assignment rule. If a record is coming into the system, then the system is verifying if there's an assignment rule. It's gonna be like assignment rule. Yeah. You can go for it. You have some assignment rules, but you have just lead assignment rules and case assignment rules. But with assignment rules, you can make sure that leads or cases are gonna go to the right owner. So let's say, no, just the assignment rule. And the assistance recommendation type, to be honest, I never worked with that, but recommendation type, I never, if you don't know something, you can look it up in Ecosia, right? You can go like Ecosia if you really don't know this. So I never heard about this, so I need to look it up. The assignment assistant recommendation type. As you can see here, I can't. Well, I don't have anything in there, but let's say that's the assistant. That's gonna be Salesforce assistant, and then you put in recommendation type, right? Sometimes you don't know something. Maybe it's important. Yeah. You cannot know if it's important if you don't never heard about this. So so I just assume that it's not gonna be used really. So because we don't have any hits for this, but assistant recommendation type, so that's why, yeah. But that's going on for every single outbound change set stuff, yeah. Auth provider, then you can go like auth. You have the auth providers, yeah, that's linked to this menu. And so you can get all the auth providers, the auto response rules, yeah, that's gonna be like this. Auto minus response rule, so that's going to be for lead and also for cases. As you can see here, we don't have any response rules, but for every single type it's going on like this. What I want to show you is about metadata types, because metadata types are like by itself you need to deploy them, so it's going to be the metadata type or custom metadata type. Yeah, it's going to coming later on, but for sure it's going to be like an object. So the metadata for the objects, like putting the metadata type, and also you need to put the related fields. That's why the fields for the metadata type. Let's say we have the Belege, yeah, the Belege exclude file name. Then we let's say we have created this one as new, so we need to put it into the change set. This is because we need to push it into the next environment. So it's going to be the metadata type and also the field, and then we go to the custom fields. Let's say we are ordering like this, but then we don't have the opportunity to look for this. We are just looking for the type. But I think I have too many of them. I think it's too many. That is why I will just go into the metadata types at first. And what we wanted to have is something like this, the Belege exclude file name. And then we go into exclude file name. Yeah. I will just get out a field. Yeah, and so you can read the stuff. So used string method. So we go in here, custom field. Fields are related to as objects and also to metadata types. And then we can go to used, what is it called, string method. Next page, next page, next page, previous page, used string method, and so you can verify that's the correct one. So that's a little bit special about custom fields, but it's like this. Attention, if you don't hit add to change set, it's not going to be added. Yeah, that's why we can just go around and hit it like this. So the next special stuff, so that's the difference between as objects and metadata types. So far until here, metadata types and as objects are not different in any way, so like the metadata. But with metadata types, you also have some records. Yeah? And those records are used to use it in a setup, and also you can use it in tests and something like this. Yeah, you can have it in the background, and then it's going to be there. So just to have it right in there, let's say you want to have the Belege exit file name, then you go in there, and you can also put in the stuff, and then we have all the metadata types. It's going to be the same, yeah. And I think you already got the point. Yeah? You can you have it in the developer console. You have the name, something like this. For sure, it's not always the same name, but you have some relations to it. If you're in a menu or an object manager, you have buttons or links or something. You have something in mind. So in some kind of way, it is linked to each other. And you have to figure out how it is linked and if you have seen it or not and something like this. Yeah? That's pretty much what I have to say about outbound change sets. And so for our example, we have an overview about the outbound change sets. And so we are able to figure out what we have done in here so far. Okay, that was a little bit background to the outbound change sets, and for now we are going back to our user story for sure. So to make sure that we are doing the right stuff, we have done something in here. Let's go into the background. Let's go into the quotes, right? Maybe we have a to-do in here. Yeah, let's go for the to-do. We have a to-do in here. Uncomment is for later. Don't double quotes. I think they are still doubled. That is why I go into the background. I will count the number of quotes. So in here we have no quotes. By now I think we deleted them last time. So we just go in and hit the create working times again. So they are gonna be created some quotes, I guess. So in here you see that there's going to be an insert fail. There was a null pointer exception. So in the trigger for the working times there was going to be an error. Let's see if we can reproduce the error, and if so, then we are fine, I guess. It should be like this, to be honest. So we're gonna go for it. Yes, that's the same error. And so we go into the code, and we are just beginning right where we are in the Apex trigger. Yeah? We just go into the trigger. It's like the Arbeitszeit trigger. Opening the trigger, and we go into the line. You can see here the lines 135. Then we have, okay, there's some kind of dated end time, and those are not filled. Yeah? We need to make sure that the start time and the end time are filled. For this I will just go to the data for sure. So I guess we have this one. No. That's our productive data. I want to have, no, that's not our product. I just want to have the test data. I think that's going to be this one. And also go into there. And then we have some times in here, yeah? That's going to be the time. And so we need to put in the time for sure, yeah? That's going to be the error. And as you can see here, the working time, I guess it's not empty. That is what I assume. That is why I think the end time is empty. And so at least one of those times is empty, and that is why we're going like put in the right time. So I guess we are not putting the time or something. That is not good, to be honest. First of all, we go into the end time, but the end time is not put, as you can see here. But also we have the Arbeitszeit. Then we can have a look on the Arbeitszeit. Yeah, we go like this one. Go into the Arbeitszeit, and then I want to make sure that I get the correct Arbeitszeit. So let's say not from. It's like maybe we have something used like returns dot get new up, something like this. I think that's not gonna be what we have done. Let's go into this. Maybe there is not gonna be an Arbeitszeit in there, but I think it has an Arbeitszeit. Get new, no, it's not get Arbeitszeiten, okay. Let's get Löscher Arbeitszeiten, okay. Okay, we have get new Arbeitszeit. In my opinion, it's fine. But for sure, we need to get the right Arbeitszeit, right? So, let's have a look on this. Let's go for the Arbeitszeiten, and let's go for like from the upper. Yeah? We just go from here, and then we go like this, and then as you can see here, you have a new Arbeitszeit, but I guess the new Arbeitszeit is not going to be enough. And then here there is put some Startzeit and Endzeit and something like this. Yeah, and that is why the routines is fine. So we need to go for the routines. Yeah, we need to dot get new Arbeitszeit. Yeah, we're just getting a new Arbeitszeit. We need the Thema, the quote, and also the Mitarbeiter. We need here, okay. If we are hitting the other stuff or null or something, then the quote is going to be inserted, and that's what we don't want. And maybe that is why it's good that we are doing it like this. So we don't want to create the stuff. Okay, we don't want to create the stuff, and so it's going to be fine in my opinion. And so we go like this. Okay. What we need to make sure is to add the correct times in there. So we need to get the time string. We have the date string in here. Okay, that's another logic. We need a time string in here. No, that's our logic by now. So let's go for the pattern, to be honest. I think we are using the pattern in here. Where is the date string, to be honest? Sure, I'm just going through the stuff. The date string is used in here. And so that's a values list, okay. We have the line string list. It's gonna be like content, the line string list, and the line string is gonna be like this. And then the values, we have the values list, and out of the values list you're getting the date string. Yeah. Okay, the line is splitted by comma, yeah, and so we have it in here. It's gonna be the date, and also we have a time. That's gonna be this, yeah. So we need a time string, yeah. I will just put in like string time string font. It's the same as. Then we are getting not in here for sure. We are getting it in here. We have the time string, and then we are getting it from the values 1. Yeah. So at first I want to make sure that at least the start time is filled in. And so for the end time we will have an error if we put it in, and for the start time not. We won't have an error. So let's go for start time. It's like what I'm going to do here, I'll just put in the trigger because we have changed something in here. We have written something in there, so I'll just change it. And on a daily basis, a developer will upload some data to the Bitbucket to make sure that we have the current stuff from the developer. Okay. To make sure we can read it, we just clear the one. Yeah. So that's what we have right in here. And so let's go for it. That's a time string font. So to be able to understand this, like this. So that was the time string. Then we have the time string, and we have to do something with the time string, something like this. We have here the date string, to be able to get the date for sure. What I'm going to do now, for the first Arbeitszeit, I will put in like if true, throw new DML exception. And now you can see that's a little bit difficult to test it right away, and because the code is pretty big, and also yeah, we just need to make it a little bit smaller to be able to understand it a little bit better, I would say. But in this case, just let's go on. The DML exception is like we need the string in here, the time string font. Yeah. We have changed one element. That's going to be this. Before it has run through, so the first error before has occurred after this exception. That's why we can put it in here. And whenever the code comes into this, then it's going to showing us the stuff. So let's go for execute. For sure, it will take a little bit less time because it's not going to calculate the quotes and something like this. But for now, we have the 3.9.2020. Oh, okay. We have, to be honest, the date. That's not going to be the right stuff. And then we need to make sure that we are getting the right stuff, right? So we need to get it from 1. That's the column 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah? That is what we contracted with each other, or what we committed. Yeah? Let's go. Let's go on again. Get the right stuff out of there, and so we have the right stuff in there. I would be able to do it out of my brain, but for in here you have a pattern, and so with this pattern you are able to get this for sure. So to make sure that we are doing it right, we will do like hello. Yeah. I think it's also AC5. Let's go for the user story. I think it's AC5. Arbeitszeiten, yeah, they are attached. That's why we are going like this. And then we will take something like this. That's going to be the integer. The integer getting the first two signs, and also we need to make sure that it's going to be an integer. We go put it in like this, and then we have the hours. Also this one, we need to get it not from the left, but from the right. We're getting true from the right, and so we are getting the minutes. That is going to be the hours von, just to make sure that we are understanding this. We are going to solve the first problem and then the second problem. So for now, we need the end side. We need to make sure that we are getting the right stuff in there. Maybe we don't need something like this, but we have it like this. So as you can see here, you can you have, where's it here? The get time. So that's going to be really the time, because the field seems to be a time field. So we go to other Arbeitszeiten. And then we have the end side or end time. Go like this. It's gonna be a date time. Oh, that's okay. Okay. It's gonna be a date time. So we need to put in a date and a time. We need to put in a date and a time. And so we have one date, I guess. The date we already got in here. That is why we can take this date, but we need to put a time. That's going to be the font time, and then we go like time get new, I think add seconds, no second, new instance, and then we need to put in the hour, something like this, the hour and the minute, and then we have the time. And now we can also put in the ABZ. We have the ABZ dot. It's going to be the font side. That's not the end time. That's going to be the start time. We will put in like this one. Then we do it like date time dot new instance for sure, and then we put in like this, right? So and then we need to make sure that we are putting in the correct stuff. This one and also this one. And for sure we need to do it for the end time as well. That's fun, and also this. That's gonna be this. From here we are in there. It's this one, 0, 1, 2. That's why we are putting in the 2. And then we are going on like the start and the end time. It's almost the same. We are just putting in like this one. That's gonna be for sure this, and this. Then we are taking the white string for sure. Hours bis, minutes bis is like this one. Hit, no, hit. We have the hours from both. The format is the same, so we can leave the structure and also the methods. Let's go like also we just need to put in the right hours for sure, and also the right minutes. And the start time is like this, and then we get another time. It's like the bis time, from this. It's like in here, and then we have like new instance like hours bis, and also the minutes bis. And then we are not going to put the end, the start time. We're going to put the end time. We are taking the same date but another time, and so we have the correct times in there. And so we are able to solve the problem. That is it. Let's try it out, and then we will close the session. Yeah, okay, I have still this exception in there, so for sure we need to get it out of the code, just to make sure that it's working properly. Go for the execute. Und dann kommt nochmal sowas wie something like Beschreibung. Yeah, we are getting the Beschreibung out of here, but this is what we're gonna do next time. I guess that's pretty logical how to get the Beschreibung, but we need to put it for sure at first. Thanks for listening. Have a nice day, and I will see you next time.